Hey y'all, this is Dr. Tasha and I am back with Dr. Tasha After Dark. And baby, today is a doozy. For all my ladies and my gents, y'all better get y'all pens and papers because I'm about to drop some pearls on y'all today. Okay, so today, the topic of the show is dating is the new prostitution. I said it. Y'all be knowing stuff I don't know. I ain't in these streets like that. You know, all my friends is, we on one of their silvers at this point. So I don't be knowing, but I do keep my ear to the street and I do make sure I stay tight with people who do know. Okay, so we have, a gang of women who are very idealistic. Oh, I want to meet my Boaz. I want to get married. I want to do this. I want to do that. And that's cute. And that's still a thing and all that. But we got a whole separate thing going on in these streets, ladies. Okay. I want to introduce you to a special guest who I admire to the end. She is coming on here today. She's going to be honest with us. She is an amazing business owner, an amazing associate and friend. I love her to pieces. Her name is Candy. And Candy, all your Instagram handle and everything will be up on the screen if you so choose. Okay? So Candy is with us today. Thank you for coming, Candy.
Thank you for having me.
And you say, well, why does Candy the authority on this? Candy is in a field where she sees women all day. She sees women all day long, much like me, but they're going to be more honest with her than they're going to be with me. They ain't going to tell me the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, honey. She's in the beauty industry and Candy hears it all. And she has her patients run the gamut from professional on one end to professional on another end and doing all the things. She got all the get money girls, all the things. So Candy is going to, because the get money girls aren't trying to come on here and mess up their money. And I feel that as an entrepreneur. But Candy is going to let us know and tell us what's happening in these streets. So we can be aware. Some of us might want the blueprint on how to get down. I swear, like I said, if I wasn't on Centrum Silver, I'll be trying to, but at the end of the day, Candy's going to let us know what's going on in these streets and all the things. So welcome, Candy.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm glad, girl. So that's why I say relax. And this is me we talking to. And it's just like our regular conversation. So what I want to know is the title of the show is Dating is the New Prostitution. Explain to me the concept of dating today. Because for me, let me tell you what it was, when I was in my 20s. You meet somebody who I like him, he cute, this, that, and the third. Or we used to be like, well, he got money. Mm-hmm. But we still liked him. We thought he was cute. He had a little swag. We talked back and forth. This is when people actually talked on the phone. Talk back and forth. We'll go out, get to know each other, blah, 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 blah. A few months in is a few months in. And that's what dating was when I was younger. Tell me what it is now.
Dating now is transactional.
Transactional.
So
what you mean by that?
It's horrible. So no, honestly, it's horrible. I know this from experience.
Okay.
When I was in the dating field.
Okay.
And like you said, I work with women all day long. So I get all the stories from the get monies, the regulars, the socialites, the everybody.
Okay. And
it's very transactional. What I mean by that is, what do you got for me to get what you want, basically? I'm not gonna lie. I used to think I was on big things back when I was in my 20s. Like, girl, he's taking me to get a massage for our first date. We're going to get massages.
Okay.
That was nothing.
It was nothing.
Back then, I was like, oh my God, we're not going out to eat. We're going to get massages. That's different.
That was cute. It was different.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want a massage now and you're a female, if a guy want to take you out, that massage has to be on a beach. Like, the expectations are so high.
Really? So, okay. So now let's take me through an incident. Take me through you and your homegirls are going out, right? Mm-hmm. And going out in this day, probably is not the club, right? Or if it's some kind of club, it's some kind of special club, or, I don't know, but y'all are going out. So now how does it go from me and my girls, we getting fly, we going out, to I'm over in Dubai? Like, walk me through that process.
I feel like, honestly, you don't even have to go out anymore. It's social media. You can meet people in different cities, countries, states, all on Instagram. And some fake it till they make it. Some, are really about that. But if it looks good, yeah, you can get flew out.
You get flued out. Okay, so is it more the girls pushing up on the guys or the guys pushing up on the girls, or how does it go?
I think, honestly, women are devaluing themselves.
I go with that.
And now like it's the guy is the prize. That's what it is coming off as. So women more so are reaching out to these guys, regardless if it's a guy that's popular so they know that he has money, or they have a friend that's talking to him and they know, okay, I know this dude got money, so let me slide up in the DM or whatever the case may be. I feel like women are chasing the guy. The only time I really see a guy reaching out to
Candy. LA, this looks funny.
now that the men know that they are the prize, I feel like they don't have to reach out to the woman. They do if they know that you're popping, regardless if it's from the friends you're hanging out with. They see you're hanging out with the popular girls, then yeah, they might reach out to you.
So the dudes is groupies.
Yeah.
Just like the women is groupies, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but
if you that girl, you appear to be that girl, you kind of find your friends are popping, then they gonna jump into your DMs like, what's up?
mm-hmm.
Okay. And so now they in your DMs and you a female, you a popping female, and now the dude is in your DMs. What happens generally after that?
They just schedule one to meet. You know, it's literally as simple as booking a flight. And that's it. And she knows what she's going for. Like, I have so many girls that are just like, I know what I'm going for. I know I'm about to sleep with them. And I'm just like, what?
For real?
Already. Yeah.
So it's not even, oh, we gonna see where this thing land. It's like, oh, I'm getting flued out. And because I'm getting flued out, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some are there for the experience. A flight is validation that they're doing something good or something big, because that's going to give them pictures to post on Instagram.
I know you lying. So these is just they hoeing for the gram.
That's it. And because the guy is popular, it makes her, you know.
So are they getting any money out of this? Like, I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least come home and be able to buy a car, or put a down payment on a house, or pay 6 months worth of rent. What they getting out of this? Like, I need answers.
Okay, so honestly, I hate to say it this way, but based off of the girls that I hear this from, as far as clients, the ones that's getting paid, you got to be somebody. And I hate to say that because I hear so many stories of, I got flew out, or I'm about to leave to go out of town, I'm going to Miami, but they're not getting anything. Nothing. And it's just because they ain't.
So you getting flew out to Miami, you getting smashed,
and that's it.
And then you potentially get flew.
You'll get a nice dinner, but that's it. But the get money chicks, they getting money, but
what's the differentiation between the get money chick and the regular chick?
I think it's
is it how they look?
Yeah, and the social status. I feel like it's who they've been around. I think that it's like, I don't know. I honestly feel like it's more so, and this is just a guess because I'm not a part of it. I feel like it's strictly based off of who you know.
Gotcha.
Because when I see certain socialites, I don't really want to say celebrities because they're not at that level yet, but socialites, which they're influencers, but it'll be the whole gang. And I'm just like, dang, y'all all sleeping with the same guy. But
really?
Yeah. One will be the girl this week. Next month is I'm like, is y'all even friends? But
so wait, because first of all, how do they decide who to go after? Like, how is it like, oh, he's the one, or this dude? Let's say it's not somebody famous. Let's say it's not a sports player or a rapper or whoever. It's just that guy, but he got money. How do they know? How do they decide, oh, we're going to go after him? And is it, which girl is in the group? So is it like, okay, I'm going to get him, and then you going to have him, like, how does it, like, and I know, like I said, I know this is not your life, but at the end of the day, what we do, we talk at the hair salon, we talk at the barbershops. So, Candy is giving us a perspective and what she's heard and what she knows. But again, this ain't her life. So I'm not asking specifics from her, but I just want to know from the way the process goes, from what you've heard or understood or whatever the case may be.
If they don't know the guy, a way that they catch girls is basically so let's say we're going to use Amber and Ashley. Okay. Ashley dating this dude, he get money, he's low key, not on social media like that. You wouldn't know that he had money unless you talk to him. He could be an old white man. I don't know what he is, but he don't look like he got money. But he does. Okay. She's going to run her mouth. Her friends going to listen. Girls are vicious.
Mm.
And eventually, whenever she has that chance, whether they're all out together or she got his number from her friend's phone, I don't know, she'll reach out to him. And at the end of the day, like I said, the dogs thing. The guys, they feel like they the prize. Now, I mean, they are dogs. That's why I was about to say that. But they feel like they are the prize. And they know, regardless of what I'm about to do, she's not going nowhere. Because ain't nobody paying her like I'm paying her. So.
Wow. So it's kind of like, it sounds like to me, like they can do what they want to do because they got a check.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we reduced to.
Uh-huh.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen any of these girls be like, okay, I'm going to flip this money like the dudes used to do back in the day with drugs. Okay, I'm going to flip this money that this dude give me and I'm going to start my own situation. I'm going to start my own.
No,
So
and I'm so disappointed because they are so stupid. They're just pretty with no brain. And it don't make it makes no sense to me because when I tell you it's going to stop eventually. You're not going to get the money. Eventually it's going to stop and you have nothing to show for it but a Poshmark account. You could sell your clothes, you could sell your bags, but that's not going to do nothing for you.
No.
Nothing. Half of these girls don't even have a place to stay, if we're going to be honest.
What you mean?
No, they look good. They got over 100,000. Some have 1 million followers. And they don't have a place to stay. They couch hop.
Wait, because my flappers have been gasted. So what you mean?
They couch hop.
What you mean they couch hop? Like what you
Dead
mean?
ass.
So you got a $10,000 bag. You got $2,000 boots on, and then you're gonna be like, girl, can I stay at your house tonight? Because the answer is always no.
You're not gonna ask her. You're gonna ask her dude.
Her dude.
Mm-hmm. Because most of them, they get their way. So she gonna spend the night, but she just ain't gonna leave the next day. She'll go and be there for a week or so. But his homies gonna come over and they gonna have money, more than likely, whether they play basketball or football or whatever the case may be, flock together. So yeah.
So
she'll get picked up eventually.
So now one of the homies is smashing her. So now she stay at his house, or he pay for her to stay somewhere else.
These ain't dumb. The girls are dumb now.
I mean, I don't even know how to carry this kind of conversation.
Even if you want to honestly, when I say the dudes aren't dumb, even if we think back to in the beginning when I say some girls are just getting flew out to get smashed, they're not giving them no money. They're buying a ticket and they're smashing, and that's it. I don't even think they're dumb because they're still getting what they want. I mean, I think it's stupid, but they're still getting what they want. They're not about to cash out.
What kind of lopsided ass, ignorant ass,
and that's it.
Ass business arrangement is this?
It don't make sense. Because the women, the girls are not winning right now. It looks bad for us. And then now, so dating now, to go back to the beginning, dating now for us is very, very hard. If you're not meeting somebody through referral, through a really good friend, good luck. Because they treat you like you're like all the other girls.
So, okay. Take me through this. So for a get money girl, what is like a first date, or what is her cashing out? Like when she's like, oh, she's getting to the money. What does that look like for her on average?
A real get money girl? She's dating the real deal?
Right.
Oh, she's getting flew out the country, but she's getting things like she's getting jewelry, she's getting bags, exclusive bags. It's all still merchandise.
That sounds like, is anybody getting a house?
Most girls aren't doing that because they still have the control. The guy still has the control over you.
I mean, because it's their money.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to get something, all I'm saying, if I'm going to get something, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to be a get money girl. I'm going to be doing all the things, right? My perspective is when you're finally done with me, because everything and everybody has an expiration date. When you're finally done with me, I want to be like, well, he ran me, I ran him. And because this house right here, yeah, that's all him. That car right there is paid. That's all him. We're going to have the next dude manage it, but that was all him. We're not doing that?
No. The only girl that I've seen do that recently, I don't know her name. I don't know her. I've never done her brows. I don't think. Pretty girl. She was dating Rick Ross. Has a short haircut. The yellow girl. Yeah. Because she said, not verbatim, because I don't remember, but she was like flat out, we had a good time. He's the first guy to really help me. He flourished my business. You guys see how many sales I have. Like, she was smart with it. And I even watched her having packages come in, products come in. Hey, the website update in the day. Go get your products today. Her
Right.
body looked good. She was promoting it. So even though she had all that negative publicity, because he wasn't keeping her no secret.
Right.
Most of them are secret. But even though he was putting her out there and it was backfiring, she used that to her advantage. And then when they broke up, because it happens, she had a bag. She had money. And she said it flat out, not verbatim. Out of all the guys I talked to, he really put me in a position, basically. He helped me. And look at me now. So she was smart, but she
Wow.
also had a business before she met him.
Right.
So she was making money before she met him. So she just wasn't dumb. And then she just took it and ran with it. Yeah.
To increase her net worth.
So they knew what it was. I mean, I hate to say that since I said it, who I'm talking about, but you know what it is.
I mean, my thing is that I felt bad for the girl because I was like, I think she don't realize that her expiration is coming. He don't do no more than 6
I know.
months
I
for
would just
nobody.
look
I'm
like,
girl, do you get it?
yeah.
But I guess she like, whatever.
Yeah, she didn't care. But
I saw
yeah.
the regular ass tacos or whatever she made. I knew her expiration
Yeah.
was coming, baby.
And it
On a
doesn't,
paper plate.
but it doesn't give wife. It doesn't give any of that.
No.
But I don't think that's the goal at the end of the day.
So you don't feel like, do you feel like any of these women are ever in a space, and you can't speak for, I'm not saying just in general, but do you feel like they ever in a space like, yeah, that's going to be my boo, that's going to be my man?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them are very delusional.
Oh, she said delusional.
No, I'm being honest, because why would you ever think that? Like, what are you offering? I don't even want to say this because I know a lot of people, they always talk about this on Instagram, the 50-50, the 100.
No, we just talk.
But okay, just being honest, I have a son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to talk to anybody that just wants him to pay everything.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but you're delusional if you think that you're about to talk to a man who has everything and you're bringing absolutely nothing. You can't help him if he has a storm. You can't. You have your hand out 24/7 and you bring no value. Okay. So it's just kind of like, you're dumb. Why is he do you think his mom's going to approve of this? Like,
that's true. I mean, I 100% agree with you. I just feel like at the end of the day, is the dude ever in a space where it doesn't sound like to me they're ever in a space where they're even considering you as something more than temporary. It doesn't sound like they're ever in that space.
It's a fun time.
Not a long time, but a fun time. Huh. So, okay, well, in talking about that,
just an example, because one of my homeboys, this was last year, last summer, he was trying to hook me up with one of his friends, and he was a nice looking boy. Okay. And when we talked, he was like, I mean, I'm not really looking for anything right now, but if you want to, play around, if you want to be one of my little playthings. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, but that's how they talk to women. So I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna head out. But it's serious. A lot of these dudes let you know, I ain't looking for that, but if you want to have fun, we can have fun.
I can appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I like
at
honesty,
the end of the day, but so let me ask you, where do you feel like we can ever rebound from this? Do you feel like it just is what it is and we ain't never gonna rebound? Because guys had a perspective on what would make this whole situation rebound. So now I'm asking you, and I'll tell you what their perspective is.
Okay, tell me after.
I am.
I think that we're low-key doomed. The reason why I say that is because of social media. Okay. The little girls, they're aspiring to be something that's not even real. Mm-hmm. Like, they want to be these girls and with all these fancy clothes and bags, and these girls ain't even got a pot to piss in, Mm-hmm. So I feel like we're bringing them up to feel like you're supposed to get pampered, and you are, because that's how I was brought up. Right. But it's just like, you need to be able to hold your own at the same time.
Absolutely.
And
so I don't disagree with that in a lot of ways, right? In most ways, I don't disagree with that. The guy's perspective was the only thing that will change this dynamic is women. When women demand more, men won't have a choice but to give them more. right? And so I think we are in a dynamic of pick me, pick me, pick me, but they don't realize is that if you do something to the opposite of the pick me, that's what's going to grab his attention. That's what's going to make him come back. That's what's going to make him kind of be like, that's what's going to do that. So the thing was, if women elevate, so will men. They won't have a choice. Everything we do is for the acceptance or the notice of women. So the reason that we're like this is because y'all are okay being like this. Y'all don't expect anything more. And I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. The problem with that is younger women don't have role models to aspire to.
Yeah. Okay. So for me to speak on that,
Yes.
I agree with you. But like you just said, who are they to look up to?
Correct.
That's one. Number two, when a man does speak out against it, to even like speak to the woman, like, I would never want my woman to be out here naked, with lingerie on in the club. And it ain't even her birthday. If she gonna do it, pick that one night of the year. Then he gets crucified because it's, well, you're a man. Who are you to tell a woman what she's supposed to do? Da-da-da-da-da. So it's just like, even the woman, we don't even sit back to let a man lead.
True.
So it's just like, what are these girls? What do these girls have to look up to? And then
I'm listening. I'm coming up with a thought.
Okay.
Behind the lead thing, because
but
I love
yeah,
that.
but yeah. But I feel like I think about me and my cousins and our little boys, and we're raising them to be men.
Okay.
Or their fathers are raising them to be men. So I know that there's some females out there who's raising their daughters to be women. So it's out there.
But we've just
but you have
generation.
And it's just it sucks. Even like the teenagers and the 20-year-olds and all of the above, they're out there, but it's so many people that's getting discouraged, or it's just, I have so many friends, not talking about clients, friends that are amazing, but what they settled for is just bull crap.
Garbage.
Yeah, because it's just like, well, there's nothing else out there. You gotta look. I'm telling you.
I listened to an OG one time, and he said you can't find salmon in a koi pond. You can't.
That makes sense.
And basically, at the end of the day, it's what you surround yourself with determines what you end up with, right? You said something, a bunch of stuff that I agree with wholeheartedly, but in context, and say women don't let men lead. I will 100% agree with that, right? Because I think that they don't know what that looks like. They don't know what it looks like. Their fathers were not present. Their fathers were not men, meaning they may have been there, but they were living off the mama. They were waiting for food stamp day to come, or they didn't work, or whatever the case may be. So they didn't see men being men, or their mothers potentially were alone and they don't really have a picture of what following a man should be. Now, when I say following, because I feel y'all through the camera, how y'all are on my neck like a rash. But when we say follow, when I say follow, I mean, and be very clear, that when it says the husband is the head, but the woman is the neck, what is a head without a neck? A wobbly mess. So the point is that you following somebody is not about you standing 2 steps behind them and saying, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. That's not what that's about. That's understanding, like, if you're in a respectful relationship, that person should respect what you say. That person should not necessarily listen all the time, but they should respect what you say, to say, hey, listen, I hear you, but I think that we should go in this direction. But also understanding, when that train crashes, baby, that train crash is on them. Okay, as the head, you got me as the neck. You had that train wreck. Now I'm gonna sit right here and let you fix it. But when we talk about submission, the word submission, and I had to learn this, the word submission is actually another word for respect. It does not mean you bow down. It means that you have a level of respect. You're willing to listen, and you're willing to let somebody say, okay, I'm going to be responsible for whatever mess I make, but it's going to be my mess to make. And as my wife, support, or girlfriend, or whatever, I don't believe in submission for relationships. That's for marriages. But as my wife, support me and be there for me. Don't always agree with me, but support me. But respect comes in a way that that's somebody who's loving you, who puts you first, who is respecting you, how can you not have respect for that person?
Exactly.
So submission doesn't mean behind. Submission doesn't mean lead me down a dark ass road where, or lead me on the train tracks where I'm fitting to crash out. That's not what that means. But at the same time, it's like, you don't know. Careful how you talk to people.
Yeah.
Careful what you say. Careful, because you want this man to be fully responsible, but you want to overrun him and tell him what to do. It don't work like that, and a real man ain't gonna let you do it anyway.
Exactly.
If an alpha male, you're gonna get snatched up. He's gonna be like, sister, be easy, because you're gonna end up by yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that, but I think a lot of women don't understand what it is to truly be in a loving relationship or reciprocating relationship. They don't understand it. Either they didn't see it, and then granted too, a lot of our parents lied. I tell people all the time, what happened in that living room was not the marriage.
Yeah.
What happened in that bedroom that they negotiated was the marriage. Remember back in the day, the side chicks stayed in their place and they stayed across town. They ain't come to the same church. They kept little raggedy kids in the projects.
It was not cool to be a side. That was like, I don't know. That's probably like the worst thing that could happen, is to be found out back then.
Found out, exactly.
Even they wear it with a badge of honor now.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
To be a side chick?
Because you get all the benefits and you don't have to do any other work.
Well, where's this application in? And let's talk about this job description. Because and
it's so much easier too now. Like, honestly, cheating and stuff like that back in the day, it's very hard to find out, because how you gonna find it out unless she's calling your house, and that's
right,
not
because they didn't do that.
You could find out on social media. Whether she didn't know, like she literally didn't know he was in a relationship and she posted a date and it's found out, or she knew and she wants you to know, or whatever the case may be. A guy can cheat sitting on his couch. A girl can cheat sitting on the couch. You don't got to go to work to cheat, or the grocery store. You could cheat at home in bed, laying next to your spouse.
So then here come the hard question. What's the benefit to fighting through all that, being in a relationship, going to the altar, and being married? What's the benefit at this point? I need answers, because I'm not clearly seeing it. I mean, you're going to get their little retirement. You can get their Social Security. If you didn't know, 10 years married to somebody.
I guess the benefit is just being put up. You don't have any stress or worries. I don't have any stories that I can even give you of anybody that's put up right now that's married from it. So I can't speak on that. But I feel like it's just you're put up. Like, you don't have to worry anymore. Depending on who you're married to.
Depending on who you're married to. So what we talking about is a rich man's game. I need y'all to be clear. You with Pookie, and he doing 20 hours at UPS. Shout out to UPS, because they got good benefits. But you with Pookie, he doing 20 hours. This ain't what we talking about.
Yeah, that's
Pookie ain't flying nobody out. You on a budget. This is something different. This is getting flown out on private jets, or period. And high class. This is a whole different game we talking about over here. And so I guess what I'm saying is, so as the wife, you just trade in one set of worries for another set of worries. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather be worried at Saks than worried at H&M.
Yeah.
I mean, H&M is hitting, but I'd rather be worried at Saks than worried at H&M. It's a different kind of worry. We're gonna have some sushi and cry over those drinks. You know what I mean? Versus going to Chick-fil-A. But at the end of the day, damn. So as women, what do we do? Like, what if you had to say? Okay, because I know, again, this is not your life. You're in a whole different phase of your life. This is not your life. But where do we start? If I have a daughter, I don't have any kids, but if I had a daughter and my daughter's 19, 20, her friends, she got friends, where do we start with these young ladies to try and start reversing this and rolling this back?
I don't think there's just one answer for this.
Okay.
So when I think about my nieces and my little cousins, or even the little girls that come to the salon, my older cousin, Starla, did this to me every time she seen me. Hey, beautiful. Every time she talked to me, she made sure to tell me I was beautiful. Anytime a client comes in, or I talk to one of my little girls, my nieces or cousins, hey, beautiful. you need to let them know that they're beautiful, because what they're facing now is nothing that we had to face. We didn't have to sit.
Right.
We seen girls on a music video, and even with that, we're just like, oh my gosh, I can't dance with my clothes off.
Right.
It's cool now to dance with your clothes off. It's cool now to. There's nothing wrong with being independent. I was very independent, and I still am independent, but I have a man now, so I have to kind of.
She said, I got a man now.
Yeah,
So
I had to bring it back a lot, but it's cool. These little girls, their goals are Gucci bags. Like it's not to graduate anymore or to go to college. It's what bags can I get?
It changed that though.
I feel like for me, all I could do is speak positivity in them and let them know what you're looking at is fake. I tell them
Real
all the
fake,
time,
real
this is
bad.
fake, because they are vocal. The younger they are, I'm talking all the way down to 6 years old. These little girls are vocal as far as what they're seeing, TikTok and stuff like that. I'm not really big. I don't really know TikTok like that.
Right.
But that's the go-to for the younger ones, and they're just like, I want to be her so bad. No.
6.
Yeah, it's serious.
What the hell happened in that 6? In that second grade?
No,
First grade?
yeah. Yep, first, second, yeah, depending on when you start. But of course, with them, it's nothing sexually
Right,
but it's or dating, but it's more so just, oh my gosh, like they're wanting to be something that does not exist. So it's just trying to let these girls know, like, this is the real world, So that's my take on it.
I mean, I feel like, I went out to dinner one time. This is when I was just like, this Instagram is a bunch of bullshit. And I mean, I guess I knew before then as an adult, but I went out to dinner one time, very expensive restaurant. And I ain't paid for it. One of the drug reps had paid for it. So I was, busting down. But who was my waiter? It was an Instagram influencer who has over 1 million followers, and he was my waiter. And the thing is that was no shame for me. I was sitting there and I wanted to say to him, you act like, because you show yourself coming from the Gucci shop. Yeah, this goddamn bill about to be so big. Your tip from one table is about to be 500. You get money like a dope boy. It's okay. But then you just want to show the Gucci or the Bottega or the Balenciaga. Why don't you show these kids how hard you got to work to get it? Like, I work. I'm a whole waiter and I'm still in Gucci. Like, you can do it. Like, to me, that would have been the most encouraging, motivating thing in the world. But I think we have to get to a point where we're showing the kids that it can be glamorous too. It can be glamorous too. This is why, like, when I do my stuff, when I used to deliver, I used to record myself on the way to the hospital or on my way to the operating room. I used to be like, I'm tired as hell. I've been out all day, but got to do what I got to do. And then I'm also going to record when I'm dressed, and they see the jewelry and they see this and they see the car because, yeah, I got it, but look how I got it. And look what I had to do. And I was up at 3:00 in the morning when it was 20 degrees outside, when you was cuddled up in your bed, getting to the money. It didn't just come to me. I think we really got to start being okay posting our hustle and not just the shopping.
But the real hustle, because
real hustle.
That's the thing. Like, with this segment, you are so blind to everything that's going on. Love you so much. But that, even like in my Instagram, in my bio, real is rare, is what I say, because it's so rare to see real now. What you was doing was real. People are so afraid to be real. But honestly, I feel like if people would do that on social media,
I think that's a start. Like,
and if you think about one girl, I love this lady so much. She owns the Crown Case. Her name is Super on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
I love her,
yeah,
but she's so real. And now you see Maybelline and everybody else copying her. Like, let's be more real. But it's just like, I swear, just being yourself.
That's all you need.
Because nobody sees that anymore.
And then the thing is, nobody can do that better than you. You're going to always be an expert at being you. We had that conversation earlier today. They were like, well, do you get nervous? I never got nervous. I never got nervous because you can't check me on me. You can check me on trying to be you. You can check me on trying to be somebody else or some statistics. You can't check me on me. So I'm always comfortable because I'm always going to come across as me. If I'm offensive, I apologize. If I say something wrong, accept my apologies. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and also with dating, off topic, it's going to be hard for a woman like you because
Tell me, girl. Father God,
I hate
tell
to
me.
say this,
No,
but
say it.
no. Like you have a light that shines on you that is intimidating to men or to
Mm,
boys,
mm.
but it's very strong.
Really?
Yeah. And I love it, but
But the
you'll
fellas,
have a hard time until you meet a real man. You know what I'm saying? Cause he gonna be like, oh, okay.
that's
I
what's
got
up.
that. Yeah.
That's all I need then.
But I feel like for the women that I personally know
Hmm.
that carry that light, it's just harder for them
Yeah.
because it's like you gotta either have like somebody who introduces you or you gotta be at that right spot at the right
At the
time
right time.
because
Right.
that dude ain't gonna play about you though, because you're very rare. But
Girl.
but he gonna be rare too, so it's gonna be hard.
And I'm a Virgo. I like to fight. So let's
Mhm.
do it. Because push up on my man and we're going to get real
Yeah.
active out here. I ain't got no man just yet, but push up on the one I got and we're going to get active.
Mhm.
But all right. So I guess, so let me ask you a question. All right. So the other day, Tia Kemp, who I happen to love, I love Tia Kemp. Say what you want. She is my guilty pleasure.
Mhm.
I don't care. She did this post, right, about hot sauce. And did you see it? Okay, so she was saying something about hot wings, and this how you get his money, and all they want is hot wings. So you got to use this hot wing sauce. Now I don't know if it was like an ad for the damn hot wing sauce, but you got to use this any ranch dressing. It's okay. You got to use this hot wing sauce. And when he fall asleep, put all your bills on auto pay on his credit card. And he got it. And she said, "Now this ain't for the broke dudes."
No, you know what? I seen a little bit of that.
You saw that?
I love me some Tia.
Let me tell you what. I First of all, licking them teeth is diabolical.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think she's the level of real that most people are uncomfortable
Yeah.
with. Like she crosses over into the
Mhm.
discomfort, but she's so real. You don't know when she finna check your
Yeah.
ass. That's the discomfort. But I like her. I
Mhm.
think that she has something to
I
say.
love
I
Tia.
like
Yeah.
her. Would love to be able to sit and just have a conversation with her. I think she has a lot to teach.
Mhm.
She's very crude with how she teaches it, but I think she's the kind of the aunties that we need to. But how would you feel about that? Like, what do you feel about what she said? Because a lot of people say she teaching people how to go to jail. Because she like when he go to sleep, and then make sure you take a picture of his driver's license so you know what zip code that the charge
I mean,
card is
you
under.
act like people act like their mama didn't say certain things
Just
to
saying.
them.
I'm gonna tell you,
I'm just being honest. Like our moms and aunties.
they just
Sometimes it'll
did
be
it
more so the
different.
aunties. They taught you some stuff.
They just did it different.
Yeah.
You know, I remember, which
And
is
it was
what
just quiet,
it was
like
quiet.
nobody knew that you knew this. Yeah. So
And I remember when I was young, I wish we could bring this back. I wish that as the older aunties that we could implement this. Back in the day, do you remember when it would be like once a month or every couple, or maybe every 2 weeks, your mama, your aunties, all the older aunties would get together. And you was just happy because you got to go play with all your cousins. And y'all would go to somebody's house and y'all just be playing for hours. They downstairs
playing
either
spades.
smoking, playing spades, frying fish.
Mhm.
They doing something. They don't give a damn what y'all doing. Ain't long as don't nobody cry. Somebody start
Yeah.
crying, they gonna cuss everybody out and y'all gonna sit down for a little while.
Mhm.
But they don't really care. That was when they talked. That was when you learned. That was when they taught how to deal with that man, how to deal
Mhm.
with the craziness at the job, how to deal with that side chick. And I think that went from generation to generation until we just stopped it.
Yeah.
And now we kill these young girls because they're out here not knowing what to do and not knowing how to do it. But who
Mhm.
taught them?
Yeah.
Who taught them? We got taught. They
Yeah.
didn't get taught. So what do we do?
I mean, it could have been 2 seconds. You could have went to the kitchen for 2 seconds, and I would be like, "You 13 now. Don't let no little boy."
Exactly.
So
You
even
grown
if
enough now.
even if it
Exactly.
was 2 seconds, you got a lesson really quick.
Mhm.
But now it's just
Nobody, I mean, and it's like the mothers twerking with the long nails and the lace front 27
Mhm.
piece and the lashes, twerking with the Hennessy, eating crab legs with the
Mhm.
daughters. And ain't nothing wrong with crab legs, Hennessy, 27 piece weave, none of that.
Nothing.
I'm not judging, I'm just stating. So it's like I don't know how to get back. We had Felicia Rashad as role models. We had Debbie Allen. We had Lynn Whitfield. These women stood on business. What you
Mhm.
wasn't gonna do was play around with them because that eyebrow was gonna go up and
Yeah.
they was gonna read you for filth with no curse words, without raising their voice, and was gonna make you feel this big.
Mhm.
And that's who taught us. That's where we learned it from. But who they got now? Sexy Red. Who the other one? I like Glorilla, but her too, all of them, all of it. It's like it's gangster sex rap, and that's what they got.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with that. Like I feel like as one of the older aunties, I feel responsible. Like we need to fix these girls, but I think it's so ingrained.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's a lost cause because, like I say, there's a lot of us that are still out here working
Yeah.
with, our little ones, nieces, nephews, kids, friends, kids. But mm,
I don't know. So basically, we're at the space that we're in. We're up for sale for the highest bidder.
mhm.
So basically, you gonna want a thing. So either you want
It's a
fame, or you on your groupie shit, or you want pictures for the gram. He's like, all right, come on, I'm gonna give you the absolute minimum. You
mhm,
know, this ain't no different. This ain't a new game. This is not a new game. I'm gonna tell you why. My dad used to say to me, let me explain something to you. And this is why I guess I grew up always liking luxury things, right? I couldn't always afford them, but the
mhm.
second I could,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
got
get
it.
me something.
Yeah.
Because the reason why my dad would say to me, because he an old school player, he
Mhm.
an old G. I mean, he used to say, my name, your mother could see me at dinner with somebody. If my damn social security number tattooed across my forehead, it ain't me.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't there. It ain't me. You ain't see what you thought you saw. This
Mhm.
was a master gaslighting ass.
Mhm.
Okay, now he would say to me, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna meet you where you at. He said, now you said to me, I want to go to the mall. Cool. I spotted who you was when I said something to you.
Mhm.
You had on a bunch of Guess. You had on a bunch of Coach. When I take you shopping, we going to the goddamn Guess store because
Mhm.
that's what you used to. We going to the Coach store because that's what you used to. Walk past Gucci because that ain't your tier.
Mhm.
That ain't where you at.
Right.
Okay, I ain't when I met you ain't had no Gucci.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no Gucci when I leave you. So it kind of was a situation. It's kind of always been okay, well, show me what I should spend on you. Show me
Mhm.
what you worth, and I'm gonna give you what you say you worth.
Mhm.
Right? So, I mean, the game has been the game. It's just they used to finesse you.
Yeah.
Now it's no reason to finesse. It's like, let's get to it. I want these pictures. I want this little these lamb chops.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna bust down, we're gonna do whatever, whatever. Child, I'm so tired.
Mhm.
I'm so tired. So when you get somebody, so it's so now it seems like to me you only got the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
Like that brother who worked 80
But the
hours for a
guys
good
that are
company.
like the guys that are on the road to be rich, regardless if they're in school or whatever the case may
They
be,
get treated like the poor.
yeah, they get treated like shit. Yeah.
So,
And they're like the good guys, like the good guys.
but I feel like they get treated like shit because you want the fancy girl.
You want to do
You
that?
want the fancy girl. So you barking up the wrong tree. That girl who on her Erica Badu with all the shea butter and the moisturizer, and she chanting and drinking tea
Mhm.
and stuff. You don't want her because that's about your speed.
Uh-huh.
That's who is going to want to get to know you and your aura and
Mhm.
all of that and be all into all of that. But you don't want her. You want the girl with the
Yeah.
curls. You want the 30
Yeah.
inch bust down. And then you can't understand
Yeah.
why you get treated like,
Yeah. Nah.
you understand what I'm saying? Like wed.
Yeah.
So I think we have a mismatch. Like I just feel like I figure everybody stay in your lane. If you a guest girl,
But everybody's laying in social media at this point. Because just being honest, even the schoolboy or schoolgirl, they're doing classes online now. So it's like the disconnect is people. You don't get to meet anybody for who they
so
are
basically
or
we
in their
socially ignorant
element.
out here.
Yeah. We're Sims.
I don't even know. I mean, it's just so damn complicated at this point because it's like, so we giving the coochie away for free. Half
Instantly.
the time it's raw.
Yeah.
These women don't know how to clean themselves. They don't know how to deal. Whew,
Yeah,
it's a
and
lot.
I done told you
Yes.
about that. Yeah, I have some girls, some girls that have now. Back when I was talking to you, they didn't have any kids. Now I have babies by NBA players who would tell me literally, I've never went to the doctor before. I've never been to an OBGYN before. And I'm just like, what?
Yep.
ever. I remember, this is such a horrible story. You want me to tell it?
Please tell it, because you see I'm over here like,
I told you, I think I told you before.
all right, tell
This
it.
girl, oh my gosh, very popular. And I remember us talking, and she was just telling me, I think this is wrong with me. A few of the girls told me she think it might be BV. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like it is. So you need to go to the doctor. I've never been to the doctor before. And I'm like, well, I think you really need to go to the doctors. I'm sure I can get you some pills. I don't know if I should be saying that, but I'm sure I can get you some pills to take care of it. So, long story short, she had a hosting this night. And this is before I had my son. So this is like 8 or 9 years ago.
Hmm.
And I said, you can't drink on these pills. And she's like, well, I ain't gonna be able to take them because I got a host at the club tonight. And I'm just like, this is more important than your body. And you still need to go to the doctors because we don't even know this is what it is. Yeah. But it's just like these girls really don't care. And that's what's so scary because you girls are all going after the same guy. And half of y'all haven't even went to the doctor. Or if you did, you still don't even care. And it's just,
but it stank.
That's
so the
nasty.
dudes are still hitting it and it stank. Why they hitting it?
I don't know. I need to call some of my guy friends
and find out, like, so when y'all hitting these chicks and they smell bad, you okay still hitting it? Because I tell people the coochie is like food. If it smells bad, it is bad. Mm-hmm. Would you open a container of tuna fish in the kitchen and be like, "Ooh, this shit stank. Let me make me a sandwich"?
Yeah,
no. You be like, "Ooh, I'm not even trying it."
But I will say, from a few guys I have heard, like the baddest chicks, they be like, that shit was trash. And I just be like, what? Really? And guys say, I'm not a guy, so I don't know. But guys say things like the smell or how it felt is just how they determine if it's trash. But I'm just like, all right. But
I mean, well, hell, if you out here giving it away for a trip and dinner, or excuse me, a flight, that ain't even a trip, a flight and dinner, or for nothing at all, or for some pictures on the gram, you don't value it.
Yeah.
And if you don't value it, you don't take care of anything you don't value. So it makes sense at this point why people ain't going to the doctor, they not doing this, they not doing that, because you don't even value it. How the hell do we get to that point?
Yeah.
So everybody coochie in about 10 years gonna fall off and be walking down the street by itself. Child, I'm dead and done. So, okay, let me sum this up. So we're not even having a conversation about the broke boys because that was another show. And sorry, if you aspire and you in between blessings, this is not meant to be offensive. But that's a whole nother show. Apparently they got Craigslist for y'all, where it's a little bit on a lower level with the coins. We're talking about a higher level. We're talking about what rich men are doing, or your celebrities, your influencers, your sports players. We're talking about how they deal with women. Now, this might be controversial, but I want to have the conversation because I've had a private conversation about this. Puffy. Okay. Now, I know you know some folks. So I know you have a whole inside track that I'm not asking you to reveal. Okay. But what I'm saying is that when they were talking about the freak off, and they're trying to get this man, I guess, on whatever Rico or whatever, saying they were flying women out and blah blah blah. So don't make it like there's something so rare, because to get flued out, you knew what you were getting flued out for. Apparently, from the conversation we're having, you were all excited about it because it was Puffy. The prospect of you getting money or being one of the lingering girls instead of
or feeling like, ooh,
they want me at this party.
Yeah. And then let's be clear, his girl was Young Miami. Young Miami's so daggone pretty. So it's just like, I'm on the level of Young Miami.
So it's
what you ain't.
So all it's groupie stuff.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna be honest, and I don't, we've been talking about this so much at the salon, but I just feel like I don't know all the charges. I have not heard anything about minors. So that's why I still feel like I don't feel it's okay that this is happening to him, because a majority of these girls knew what was up. They know what it is. They're not going against their will. They here for a fun time.
Right. I mean, I guess that's the perspective I had. Now, let me be very clear. If anybody was forced to do anything against their will,
Yeah.
I'm not okay with.
Yeah, no.
Any minors, I'm not okay with. Anything that was truly, I thought I was here for this.
Mhm.
Y'all switched it up, 50 of y'all in
Yeah.
a room, and now I'm
That's not
trapped.
okay.
That's not what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I'm talking about you. I don't feel like you can get somebody on sex trafficking because you flew them to another city to attend a party.
Yeah.
When you say, hey, do you want to come to the freak off? If you're coming to a celebrity party, you're a female and they're a male, you know what you're coming for.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just common sense for any and everybody. I'm not saying that anything wrong or untoward that happens to anybody should be accepted because it's any person involved. But all I'm saying, if anybody was a consenting adult, drop the case.
Yeah.
That's how, not drop the whole case.
Yeah,
Drop
yeah,
the case
yeah.
against that person.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with all this other stuff, and none of us do. And so I don't necessarily know that anybody should really have an opinion. But when it comes to my understanding of what's happening and what's going on in these streets now, once you cross a certain level of money,
Mhm.
getting flued out is a standard.
Yeah.
That's a standard. Sometimes they fly y'all out to fly y'all back out, so they don't
Mhm.
even have to be bothered with you.
Mhm.
You from a different city than their baby mama, so hopefully y'all
Yeah.
won't run into each other at the Target, or whatever the case may be.
But
So
Diddy money's a different kind of money. He
Mhm.
gonna fly you and 10 friends out.
He gonna fly you at?
And 10 friends out. Like
Oh,
he's not like he's a billionaire.
yeah.
So again, I second everything you said. But most of those girls
I mean, it's just I just feel like it's
and
sad that
guys,
I feel like it's sad that we're in this place. I
yeah.
feel like it's sad that we're in a place as women that Diddy can say, hey, you and your 10 friends need to come. But again, this didn't start with Diddy. This was going on way. This has
Yeah.
always been a thing.
Mhm.
The man with the resources is going to have his pick of the litter. That
Mhm.
has always been a thing. But again, I think that in the past we were in a place where men were degrading women. Now I feel like we're in a place of men don't necessarily have to do it.
Mhm.
Women are just like,
Don't
okay,
yeah. Here I come.
right. And that's the scary part
Mhm.
because it's like, how do we fix that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I guess we're in a space where it's like, do we educate more women so they'll have their own money? What do we do? Do we give them role models, but everybody wants to seem like they're
Yeah, I'm
insta
about to say,
famous?
how do you even get them to
Pay
pay
attention to
attention or
something that's not
listen?
fast
Yeah.
money. That everybody's attracted to the fast
Yeah.
money.
Everything is so instant now. It's nobody crawls before they walk, let alone run.
I think we need to shut down all the damn social media. Let's just shut it down.
If we did that for just 2 days alone,
Just 2 days, you think?
no, I think it needs to be more than that. But just even 2 days alone will make such a big difference.
I feel like you should have to be 30 and over. You know, I say this, and I want y'all to think about this. The adult brain does not fully mature until age 25.
Mhm.
So now all of your 17, 18, 16 who think they're grown, your
Mhm.
brain has not even actually matured.
Mhm.
And then we're embedding all this bullshit into it.
Mhm.
I don't even know what to say. Like, it has to be an answer. I don't think it's a one prong answer. I think we have to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
And I don't it's too monumental for it's
Yeah.
above me. It's above me now. Like I
Yeah.
can't what can we do?
But I don't know what can be done. But
Right. I
yeah.
think that we're at the point where we have to take baby steps. We
Mhm.
have to be responsible for who we're responsible for. We have to grab up our nieces and nephews and be like,
Mhm.
and teach them and be like, why are you? Because when I see the girls walking around in the shorts with your ass halfway out, what about that is okay? But then when a man grabs you, I should be able to wear what I want to be.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should be. But that's what people are human, and this is Earth, and Earth is
Mhm.
real ghetto right now. But
Mhm.
why do your ass need to be hanging
Yeah.
out the shorts? Like, are you a different kind of hot?
Yeah.
Like
Especially for it's a time and place for everything.
for
Because you're not even doing it
everything.
for the club. You're doing it for the
You just
park.
outside
Yeah.
walking your dog with ass shorts on, or
Mhm.
they look like underwear. I mean, they just put some people
Yeah.
just in straight up underwear at this point.
Mhm.
So, like, we need to start grabbing these young ladies and being like, "What are you doing?"
Mhm.
Like, I feel low key shaming, not body shaming, but like social shaming.
Mhm.
Like, what are you doing and
Mhm.
why? What are you looking to gain from
Mhm.
this? And making them think about their behavior. I don't know. I ain't got the answers. I don't profess to have the answers, but at the end of the day, For all of our mothers, aunties, sisters, nieces, we're in an interesting time, ladies. And the only thing that we can do is try to see the light in each other. And encourage it, try to see the life in each other and find the beauty in whomever it is that you have an influence on, and discuss that and bring that out and exaggerate that. And some things that we say that we think are funny, or some things that we say, oh, I was only joking, that lingers with people,
Yeah.
and it affects them and it scars them. And then you allow a predator into that scar, into that wound, and they continue to just work on that person. So it all starts from you talking to your niece, your nephew, your next door neighbor. We have to all be responsible for grabbing up and supporting and encouraging and loving up on somebody. And for these men, I believe that a woman can raise, and this is just my personal belief, okay? Don't attack me in the comments. I said it's my personal belief, but I believe that a woman can raise an amazing son. A woman can raise an amazing young man. A woman can raise an amazing person. But a male has to be raised by another. A male has to have an influence from another male. There's a language, there's a behavior that we don't understand
Yeah.
as women, that they have to learn from another man. So even if you don't have kids, or if you do have kids and you see your sister does not have a male present, or you see that boy next door does not have a male present, it is your responsibility, especially in our community, to step in and say something, be that person. And you got to raise nobody's child.
Yeah.
But the point is, what you do need to do is be like, hey man, what you doing? Hey man, that ain't appropriate. Hey man, because a lot of things that these men are doing, we like, they act like a bunch of bitches. Well, they're raised, and
Yeah.
they don't know what's appropriate as a male and what's not. So I think that at this point, we all have to each one teach one. It's a corny slogan from back in the day, but I think that it's applicable at this point. It is your responsibility as a woman to teach a young girl how to be responsible in herself, in her thoughts, and try and encourage her self-esteem. I hope this show educated somebody, blessed somebody, and I hope it changes the way we treat each other, we deal with each other, and hopefully the way we invest in other young ladies. This is Dr. Tasha, and thank you for joining and watching.
And thanks for having me.
And Candy, girl, you are welcome anytime to come back.
Good.
I love this.
I want to
Thank you.